This is your RM World Travel Connection.
Nice to have you in the house today. Kevin Coffey is a former Los Angeles police detective I met years ago when we were both speaking at a conference. He's a travel security specialist today. He's retired from the LAPD. And he speaks widely to corporate clients on how to stay safe while traveling. Now, one of the most prized items a pickpocket or thief overseas can steal from you is your passport. And the question I'm often asked is, when I'm overseas, should I always carry my passport or keep it in my room safe? Kevin, welcome to the show. Let's start by asking you that question.
You know, Rudy, it's the same question that I get myself, too, so we're running in the same circles here. You should absolutely leave it inside your hotel room safe. You have a higher chance of having it stolen via a pickpocket or just losing it in general than you do leaving it inside your hotel safe. However,
Good.
I will throw a caveat on top of that, is that you also need to make sure that you remove it. A lot of times that safe is on a higher level. Sometimes you can't even see in the very bottom of the safe because it's raised up above in the closet. And there's a little lip sometimes, and there's no light inside there, and it's got a dark carpet. You'd be surprised how many people leave their passport inside their hotel room safe when they go to leave.
I sometimes just forget I put anything in the safe, Kevin. But that's a whole other problem.
Absolutely.
So before you travel, what is there anything you should know special about your passport before going abroad?
Absolutely. We're going to try and give you 10 quick tips here that we should do all in preparation. So number one is, first of all, get the mobile passport app that's done by the U.S. government. It's just a great way to help expedite coming back through. You can go and get that through mobilepassport.us, so it's a great one to download. Next is I always get questions about insurance, traveler insurance. But some folks never take a look at if their traveler's insurance covers lost passport replacement. If you're overseas in one country or if that country's large and you lose your passport, you may have to get in a whole separate flight to go into the U.S. consulate in that country. That could be very expensive, so certain insurance policies will cover that. Next one, I want to make sure that everyone is checking their expiration date on their passport. I think it's common knowledge that everyone knows we have to have 6-month validity, usually on most countries that we visit. And then also we have to take a look at visa replacements, but making sure that our passports are up to date. We've got 6 months. I like to go into Google Calendar, and a year before my expiration, it alerts me.
Good idea.
Next one I would tell folks is take a look at your children's passports. You'd be surprised how many people end up at the airport with expired children's passports because they only last for 5 years, unlike ours. Next one is that this is another awkward one, especially happens with women a lot. And I know this is going to sound odd, but you shouldn't change your name after you buy an airline ticket. And that's, what are you talking about? We're talking about name changes, so your passport has a different name. That's what's on your airline ticket. So really start to think about that, and you have to be able to prepare for that. You can go online and find information. Just be very careful about that. You always want to have information that matches airline tickets and passports at the same time. Another one is that people don't realize you can get a second passport. The only problem is that second passport's only valid for 2 years. And I'd like to recommend a second passport when you get some folks that tend to lose things a lot, and you'd be surprised how often that happens. Originally, that was designed so you can use certain passports to go into certain countries because we all know certain countries look at other passport stamps to find out if they're in conflict with that country. That was what it was designed for, but it's also a great thing for people that lose it. Next one I'm going to say is get a U.S. passport card to carry around. Now, of course, the passport card, it was only designed for travel between the United States, Mexico, and the Caribbean, and Bermuda to go back and forth. It cost about $35. And what I like about that is that when we're traveling abroad, for countries that require that you carry a passport on you, which hardly anybody actually asks for the physical passport anymore, you can leave your passport in your safe, but have the passport card in your wallet if you want to have something at least official looking.
That's a good point, Kevin. We only have 15 seconds left. Where do you get a passport card? Quickly.
You get the passport from the U.S. Passport Agency, and you usually apply for that when you go to get your passport renewed.
All right. You want more information? Go to his website, Kevin Coffey, Coffey, kevincoffey.com. Kevin, I don't think I've ever worked so hard on an interview in my life. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again.
All righty. Thanks, Rudy.
We'll be right back.
Connect with America's #1 travel radio show by calling 800-387-8025 or follow the program at rmworldtravel.com. We'll be right back.